Welcome back to Persona 3 FES The Answer. We completed Caina last time and saw a bit of Ken's past. This time we actually have Meta staring at the flowers. So yeah, this explains why the shopping mall sells different items the further you are in the answer. And I'm going to add Metas. Reason being, I'm actually going to be doing a grinding session off camera here. I want to bring Metis, Yukari, and Akihiko, but before I can do the grinding session, everyone has something new to say here, so I want to talk to all of them. Koromaru's line's pretty simple. So, Yukari's saying pretty standard stuff for her. I love Ken's character development. Well, I mean, I'm glad that he wasn't ruined by the answer, is what I was trying to say. Unlike some people. So, yeah, I remember this back from the journey. That's actually kind of weird, because it's not technically resistant, but it just has a fair decent amount of endurance. But he's more of a jack-of-all-trades overall. Hi there, Junpei, what are you saying? Well, at least the game actually acknowledges this. I think everyone realizes. Yeah, especially the answer, Yucatan. And finally, I should probably show Mitsuru's stats. As for her healing skills though, they're mainly single targeting rather than multi-targeting, so I feel she's better as a backup healer than as your primary one. Really? Business puns? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense coming from her, but still, it's kind of weird. Let me just quickly show off her stats. Because she starts at level 37, which is pretty high, and with a pretty decently powerful weapon too. And her stats are pretty good. Unfortunately, she starts with Marin Karen and Tentarafu, so you'll want to put her on full assault if you don't want her wasting time. Anyway, though, I'm going to go ahead and bring Yukari here. Trade places with Mitsuru. I will be using Mitsuru for my main run of the next area. For now, though, I'm gonna go and grind off camera, so I'll see you back here in a bit. I want to get everyone up to at least level 35 before I proceed onward. Because we're at the point where being under-leveled is a really bad thing against the bosses. Okay, I went and grinded the 3 of them to level 35, and it actually didn't take all that long. I also went and bought, I was only able to afford one weapon, but I feel like we're really behind on good weapons, so I'm going to go ahead and give Akihiko, because his weapon was the weakest by far. I mean, I found this Blade Fist while I was grinding, but that's still pretty terrible, so I bought him something much, much better, Fists of Fury. And, like I said, I couldn't really afford much else, because weapons are really expensive. But I did find a Dark Slayer earlier on in Exploration, so I should go ahead and give that to Junpei. Definitely useful. I don't think I have anything new for Ken, but I am going to add him to my party. Even though he's only level 34, the main reason why I'm adding him to the party is there's an enemy in this upcoming area that is only weak to light and is actually kind of a threat, so I definitely want Ken around for that. I don't think I have... No, I don't. But do I have better armor than this? Yeah, definitely. You know what? I might as well, you know, I'll give him the Robe of Salvation, and I think... I only have one more Cyber Shoes. Maybe the Thunder Charm will be helpful, but I'm kind of saving that for the next boss. So Ken's going in the party. I'm actually going to bring Junpei to the party, mainly because there are a lot of enemies that are weak to fire here. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out Yukari, and then I'll put Mitsuru in, because she just joined, so obviously I should add Mitsuru. And there are a lot of enemies in this area weak to ice, as you would expect after Mitsuru just joined. So, this is going to be my party going in. I'm going to go ahead and save, and I'm not going to go to the Velvet Room just yet. I want to wait a little bit longer. I do have some personas that I can use as fodder that I picked up in Shuffle Time. You can see I've got quite a lot of random stuff. But Black Frost is pretty much fine for me at this point. Actually, before I do anything, I want to go ahead and show Fuka's talk conversation. I got to show this before, because this is actually really interesting. I never really thought of it that way, but yeah, thinking about it like that, I actually feel really bad for Fuka. If something goes really badly in battle and people start being at risk of dying, she's just sitting there watching and unable to do anything about it. So, really puts into perspective some of her quotes when the protagonist goes down. Anyway, our next destination is Caina, I think that would be how it's pronounced. This, or Caina. This is one of the subsections of Cocytus, and even though all of Cocytus is where traitors are punished, this is for a particular subcategory. It's named after Cain, so this is for traitors to blood relatives. I would make a joke about Corrin here, but certain circumstances actually mean that that doesn't apply to him/her. And this is the same as the second area of Malbolge, so from here on we're going to see a lot of repeat areas in terms of aesthetics, but there are definitely new enemies. Thankfully, this area is pretty short. Not so thankfully, there are actually 3 areas in Caina rather than 2. So there are going to be more bosses. But let's see if I can grab a preemptive on this thing. Not quite. There we go. So we have Jealous Cupid and Soul Dancer. I think I'll scan this Jealous Cupid first. The Soul Dancer has no weaknesses. The Jealous Cupids, though, they're weak to ice. I'm going to go ahead and attack the Soul Dancer just because I really don't like these things. There is another even more annoying type of dancer enemy in this area, but we will hopefully be seeing that a lot more infrequently. So yeah, Jealous Cupid, weak to ice, annoyingly has dodge ice, Holy Arrow plus Charm Boost, Spirit Drain. Like most Cupid enemies, they exist to mainly be annoying. The Soul Dancer though, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to show the scan. It does drain ice, so let's hope Mitsuru, good, she wasn't aiming her attack at it. Alright, the Soul Dancer is already dead, so don't need to worry, but I will have to scan that later. Annoyingly, these things have dodge ice. Like that! In some ways, I wonder if rushing them is a more effective strategy. And I just started this area and I've already lost 20 SP. 40 SP! Yeah, don't you just love these Cupid enemies? Like I said, that quote's cool. They mainly exist to be annoying. Now, I really hope that she gets the other one down, because her new victory animation for the answer is amazing. And we're actually going to see it here.
The enemy's down. Let's finish this. You'll fall by my hand.
And we have Mitsuru's super hammy all-out attack quote again. But watch this. I love this animation so much.
My will is unfailing.
That is so cool. I know that some people have said that the victory animations in the answer just don't seem to have a lot of effort put into them. I feel like Mitsuru's is the exception. I love that one a lot more than her victory animation in the journey. That is just such a cool animation, that sword point. Anyway. There we go, got it. What do we got here? Okay, that's actually kind of perfect.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Obviously, though, I want to wait so I can get the scan in. And I gotta be careful of Ken running through all of his HP.
Wind doesn't seem to work, so be careful.
So yeah, no weaknesses, Drain Ice and Null Wind. That's also a common theme here. Remember how the last area a lot of things were weak to wind? Well, this area is the exact opposite. Most things here null or repel wind. This thing also has Getsu A, which is kind of weird. That attack does more damage during full moons, but there's no moon phase system in the answer at all, so it does seem to do pretty decent damage, like, pretty much constantly, but I feel like it's sort of set to the average power rather than the maximum power, because unless it is always at the maximum power, because it does around 120 from my practice runs, which is quite a lot for a single targeting physical attack from an enemy at this point. Okay, single enemy. Are you going to turn around or not? I guess an advantage of this type of floor repeating itself is that the chests are quite easy to find in these areas. Aha!
There's one enemy.
Champion Knight! You are the reason I brought Ken to this area. You are the thing that I was alluding... Okay,
Cancun!
that is why I don't like you. If Fatal End crits,
The enemy's weak against
you are in serious trouble. And yeah, Drain Elect, Repel Wind, Repel Dark, its only weakness is Light, Repel Pierce, so I guess is kind of useless physically. Has lots of Zeo skills, but that Fatal End is terrifying. So I'm going to have to revive Ken because he's my best bet against this thing. Thankfully, it doesn't have nearly the gigantic wall of HP that the Avenger Knight in the Purple Shadow and earlier floors had, but even still, I don't like this. If I revive Ken, he might just go down again. Don't want to waste a Balm of Life here. I just gotta hope that you don't attack Ken. Well, you did, but he survived. Might be a good idea, and Ken's probably going to waste his turn healing himself rather than using Hummer. But it might be a good idea to have a Fatal End is Slash, I believe? Oh, and actually, he's going to use Hummer. But no cut-in, so this probably didn't hit. Yeah, I thought so.
one enemy left.
I'm pretty sure Fatal End is Slash, so don't equip something weak to it. Takemi Kazuchi is very low level, though. I think for now I will just use Black Frost. Actually, I probably should have dioramaed Ken. Keep forgetting that Black Frost has healing. I actually really like this Black Frost that I've used. It's got healing, quad elements, and even Mudo as well. And some debuffs, and it'll eventually learn Mataru Kaja. Might not even get to see the Hummer weakness, because it looks like they're just gonna finish it off themselves. Goodbye, Champion Knight. I am not sad to see you go. I really don't like those things. I mean, I really hate the maniacal books in the previous area. I found that out the hard way while grinding. I had a few close calls thanks to, should I go for you or should I? I think I'm just gonna go for you. Even though you're probably another Champion Knight. No, you're another Dancer.
Enemy.
These things don't really respond well to rushing. But there is Swift Strike. And there goes Ken again. This is definitely a facet of Ken being underleveled for this area, and you really don't give much experience. So, reviving Ken again. I'm just going to search around here a little bit more to see if I can find another chest or something. That's probably either a Dancer or a Knight. Why do you keep giving me single enemies? Oh, great, it's the Champion Knight again. And it's going second again. This is a bit of a waste of SP, but I'm just going to debuff your defense just in case Ken doesn't hit with Hummer. Please don't kill Ken again. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, that did nowhere near that much damage. Guess Ken just must be really squishy. There we go! That is why I brought you to this area. And yeah, I do like Ken's victory animation for the answer as well. Oh, forgot to mention, I guess is now level 39. She leveled up once during grinding Yukari, Akihiko, and Metis. Aha, you did not see me. And you are... Oh, I thought you'd be this. Jotun of Power. This is one of the scariest enemies in this area. It's pretty strong, has an enormous ton of HP. It doesn't have much in the way of weaknesses, and it can use a Power Charge Swift Strike. So I'm going to go ahead and diorama myself, just because I want to be fully healed. It's also resistant to light, but not dark, so I kind of feel like using Mudo as a bit... And yeah, see how much HP it has? Drain Ice, strong against light, and it mainly likes to charge itself up and do massive damage to you. It's kind of common with Jotun enemies to have just a ridiculous amount of HP. This is the first Jotun enemy that we're seeing. I do feel like instant death works the best against them, just because it's a lot of HP to eat through otherwise. Please hit. No. I might even run from this thing if it tries to power charge, because it's another singular enemy, and I don't think it gives that much experience, if I remember right. Ah, well, good thing Mitsuru was on standby to heal.
Just one enemy left. I need your help.
Yeah, I'm already down quite a lot of SP, and this is only the first floor. The save point, though, is only on the 6th floor, and the boss is on the 7th, so we have less area to go through before we can get out of this place. Still, though, I don't like having this much SP down this early. Uh-oh. Well, at least 2 of us blocked that, and 1 of us dodged it. And, yeah, I had a feeling. I don't think I'll be using Mudo anymore. I think I'll just be focusing on physical attacks. Oh, right, yeah, Junpei had the auto Rakukaja item. I feel like Ken shouldn't be running through his HP like this. Uh-oh. He's probably dead. No, he's almost dead, but he's not quite. There's actually not that many new enemies in this area, but this is one of the more annoying. Though, speaking of annoying, the worst thing by far here is the purple shadow, because, yeah, if I do run into one of those, I have a story to tell about it. But, hey, at least that thing's gone. And that's probably Genbu. No, it's Mothman! Keep forgetting you have Growth 1. Windbreak is... I really don't like the break skills in Persona 3. They're extremely expensive in terms of SP. They're like 40 SP, which is insane for this point in the game, and they're not even that useful. They're only single targeting too. I mean, Persona 5 made them better by having them target the entire party, because I feel like they were underpowered in 4 as well, but even in 5, I tend not to use them very much. Also, enemies using them in 5 is kind of, a free turn for me as well. Oh, hey, 2 new enemies.
There are 2 enemies.
Furious Gigas and Bigoted Maya. Now, the Bigoted Maya likes to run away, so I'm going to scan the Furious Gigas first. Okay, so one of you was obviously weak to that. And it's the Gigas. Gigas that's not weak to wind for once.
It has multiple weaknesses.
Repel Strike, though, so Akihiko has problems here. Strong against fire, well, basically strong against everything magical except wind up. Except ice or light, and it does have cruel attack if you're knocked down, so watch out for that. The Bigoted Mayas really don't do that much. They mainly just debuff, and they also run. They are weak to fire, though. Okay, now that is a weakness, so this could potentially hit. And it did! In only 1 more level, though, Ken is going to learn Hammer on, which is going to make him a bit more useful, but he won't get that useful until he gets Hammer Boost as well, which I think comes much, much later. And he still hasn't leveled up. They actually changed Ken's skill set quite a bit in the answer, if I'm remembering right. He also got a bit of a buff in Portable as well. I think he learns Primal Force in that version. Oh, no. Hope this is enough to level up Ken. There's only 1 enemy that we haven't seen, and it is.
Yes, my skill level.
There's only 1 enemy on this entire area that we haven't seen yet. Apart from the Gold Shadow, which is actually new. It's the Treasure Hand now, rather than the Wealth Hand. And the Purple one, which I hope we don't see, because, yeah, they're another Dancer-type enemy. They have Charm attacks, and they suck to fight. They really do.
You've surprised
I take that back. There's actually 2 enemies that we haven't seen yet. The Solid Castle, and there's also the Constancy Relic. I was thinking about the Constancy Relic, but the Solid Castle is another new enemy here. And, okay, thankfully they're all going later. I want to get the scan in, as always. Okay, finally, you've got this. Let's just hope that this proves itself in its first battle. Thank you, Ken, because I really don't like those things. Okay, please don't repel this. Good, you don't.
It's weak against Garu's.
Oh, okay, you're like the one thing on this floor that's weak to wind. That's fine, Black Frost covers that. Poisma plus Poison Boost is interesting. Also Null Strike, which doesn't really affect us because, well, I mean, I think Junpei has a Strike attack in his repertoire, but his standard physical element is not Strike. And there's Marin Karen again, for those of you keeping track. Oh, hey, that thing actually got hit by it for once. Right, I'm just gonna finish this battle quickly. Usually castle-type enemies are kind of intimidating, but these don't really seem that bad. And yeah, listening to that, it definitely does sound more like Black Frost. When I first heard it, it sounded like Blark Frost, but no, that's not how she says it. And sadly, we'll probably never be hearing her say waffle again, but I still love that. Okay, so with that, there is now only one more enemy that we have left to see. Hey, I actually found the card that I wanted. Which is sort of rare when it shuffles that quickly. Let's just head to the next floor. Already down half my SP on Igus and pretty much half on Mitsuru, but I guess that's because we're the only two ones who have ice and almost everything here is weak to that. So, no line from Fuka, let's just keep pressing on. I think I want to fight you. Yeah, I want to be as leveled up as possible before the next boss fight, because it's actually a pretty tricky one.
There are 2 of them.
Okay, we haven't actually scanned the Bigoted Maya yet, so I might as well leave this battle in... Yeah, right, you are weak to ice, not wind.
I need your help.
I'm used to Gigas as being weak to wind, since almost every one of them is.
Well down.
And I'm gonna wait because I want to get the scan through.
Up here.
I don't think you being on the ground affects the accuracy of Hummer very much.
Kenkun defeated It's weak against fire.
I was about to say, at least Ken's being more useful with Hummer skills, but there's the scan, so it's really not much of a threat. It just has some very basic debuffs, and it's weak to fire. It also likes to run, so really that's its main threat, depriving you of its experience, which probably isn't very much. I'd even argue that the Mayas on earlier floors were a bigger threat than this thing. It's kind of a nothing enemy. And give me that experience card. I probably should be going for weapon cards more. Hey, nice one. Because they are definitely useful to have, and at the moment, a lot of my early game weapons are showing their age, so... And they are very expensive, but I like experience. And level 40, that's a pretty good milestone. I think I'll be going back to the Velvet Room soonish. Actually, let me check something. What the heck was that weapon that I just got? It was that, and it's not very good. Okay, then. I mean, Fear's alright, but on a weapon that weak, no thanks. I doubt you're going to give decent experience. I will fight you, though. Still hoping for a constancy relic, just... I was hoping you weren't this! You know what? I'm just running. I don't like these things at all. They're just not worth the effort. Yeah, remember I said that chests are easy to find on these floors? And more gems. I'd actually much rather weapons at this point. That wall kind of phased out of existence temporarily. There's the exit to that room. You know, I guess I will fight you.
There's one enemy.
Why is Mitsuru not here?
Wow, you're all so powerful. All right.
Wow, she's all the way back there? How'd she get stuck? Get over here, Mitsuru. There you are. Good. Now we can continue. Forget if we've actually found the stairs yet or not. Height advantage, I guess. And give me Flaros. Just because I want more fusion fodder. Okay, so there's an enemy in the blackness over there, which means that... Okay, it's probably over there. Another enemy... Where are the stairs, though? There this is. And there's a chest, so I might as well fight this thing. Grab that. Maybe I should go for the 4-weapon card. No, I'm going to go for experience. And that was Shisa, okay. It gets Mazio, so that makes you a little more versatile. Even though I'd rather use Black Frost for most of my elemental needs. Oh, hey, Mitsuru leveled up. Topaz, I want weapons or armor. I don't want... You know what, I might as well try and fight you for the experience. I don't want gems. You know what, let's go for this. What do we have here? Really? A persona I already have and Waffle. I think Waffle's... No, it's not. Yeah, I'm actually bad at keeping track of, the cards when they move that quickly. But anyway, Mataru Kaja. Like, seriously, Black Frost is an amazing persona in this. And I think I will get rid of Agi, because I already have Agi Lao. And that's every skill Black Frost can learn. It's not often that you level up a persona to the point where it learns everything it can, but Black Frost is just that good. And in fact, Mataru Kaja and Maraka Unda are going to be great for the next boss, so I keep saying for the next boss, but, oh, wow, that was very lucky, actually. I mean, that's okay, but there are better things that could show up in a rare chest. I'm going to head down to a lower floor. I don't actually think this is the party that I want to fight the boss with, though. So yeah, Fuka saying this now is a bit of a hint that the boss comes much earlier on this floor than it usually does. Actually, do I want... Nah, my SP is really down. I obviously want to go back. Now, if only the Constancy Relic would show up. You are not the Constancy Relic! And if I... Okay, that's good. If I reach the boss without either that or the Purple Shadow showing up, I'll just tell you their abilities from my notes. But I don't want to speak too soon, just in case the Purple Shadow does show up at some point. Exit point there. Another set of enemies here. I'm kind of just looking for chests at this point. How did something see me? Well, here's a chest. Okay, that's for Metis, I think. Pretty sure that's for Metis. Yeah, no, I guess only equips legs. Metis is Pierred. I think I'm going to fight you, and then I'm going to head down the stairs. And then I might just kind of rush to the end of this area, because there's really not that much, I thought that'd be the Constancy Relic for a second. Doesn't look like it's going to want to show up. Okay, that's another level up for someone. Finally, Genbu levels up. And gets Dekunda. You know, I might as well keep you until you get Resist Strike, because that's good to pass down to other personas. I'm just going to leave this area. So, where are they? Here are the stairs. Let's go. Last floor before we get a save point, although I'm just gonna leave, because I'm not gonna fight the boss with this party, mainly because my SP is just completely spent at this point. No thanks to those early, let's... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, no. I'm definitely not letting you get a preemptive. Oh, do I dare. I'm so close to the end, but... I dare! I'm doing this! Here is the Royal Dancer, the purple shadow of this area. Let me quickly bring up my notes, although I know that they have they have Sexy Dance, which is even worse than Marin Karen. They have no weaknesses, they are immune to both instant death elements, they repel wind, are strong against slash, and they have fatal end, and they also have a ridiculously annoying complement of charm attacks. So I'm just going to go and debuff all of their defenses, because that's really the best way you can handle this. And the other step is to pray that they don't charm you. Because when I was practicing this area, Yukari got charmed, and
fight won't work.
She kept healing the enemy, but the benefit to me, though, is that she missed Aegis 3 times in a row while charmed, which was kind of funny. Okay, one of them is kind of going down. Yeah, spread moves are good here. And one of them's already dead, that's nice. Oh, we even get a few more attacks in before they get another chance to move. Maybe I should actually go for... Okay, yeah, you're not immune to Zeo, so I'm going to go for my Zeo. And yeah, definitely not fighting the boss in this condition. Aegis' SP is, like, pretty much nothing. Let's see if I can finish off another one before they get their turn. Okay, there's Junpei. Please do something cool, because I don't like it when these things charm you. At least Aegis' SP is so low that she won't be, Uh-oh. Well, that isn't as strong as the Knight's version. And thankfully none of us are weak to that. But yeah, what I was saying was, Aegis' SP is so low that she's not going to be dioramaing people if she's charmed. That might have happened in a practice run, just saying. And yeah, it's annoying when you get charmed and you're on a persona that has healing, because you can't switch personas while you're charmed, so it's like, oh, great. And yeah, I got charmed while Black Frost was out, which meant that Aegis was dioramaing everyone, and so was Yukari and Mitsuru. So yeah, maybe not bringing a lot of healers to this floor is a good idea, now that I think about it.
Just one enemy left.
I mean, admittedly, these things are very rare. You're not going to encounter them very often, but still. Let's hope they give good experience. Purple Shadows often do, but not always. Wow, that's actually roughly the equivalent of generic enemies in this floor. That's really not worth it. I'm disappointed. For an enemy that irritating to fight, I expected a lot more. Oh no! That was a lot of money, but is it worth it? Yeah, I'm fine getting a preemptive from these things. Well then! Remember what I was saying about Aegis getting charmed?
No, why are you helping the enemy?
Well, I freaked out for a second thinking, oh wait, seriously? Do charm characters cheat with SP? But thankfully they don't.
Couldn't finish it up.
Surprisingly, that animation is not a critical.
Last one.
I'm not really sure why you're doing that, but oh well. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Thankfully, Aegis isn't attacking anyone.
Couldn't finish it up.
And I can't all-out attack while Aegis is charmed, right? Yeah, I can't, so Mitsuru gets to finish it off.
My will is unfailing.
Which means we get to see her victory animation again, which is amazing. And a level up for Junpei, which is good because I want to bring him to the boss fight. Because fire is an element that is kind of... Actually, no, I want to bring him mainly for his physical attacking abilities, because the enemies are kind of immune to fire. There we go, that's the end of this area, so I guess we didn't see the Constancy Relic. So I guess I'll talk about it here, though it might show up while I'm on my way to the boss. So, Constancy Relic, let me just talk about it now. It's weak to fire, nulls wind, and uses Garu. It's pretty much just your average relic. So, I'm going to head back. And I apologize if this part has been kind of boring. That's just sort of the thing when it comes to this part of the answer. The dungeon aesthetics are repeating themselves. I hope that at least fighting the enemies has been, I don't know, somewhat interesting. I still want to show these. Like, I know that nearly everyone who records the answer just records the bosses and cutscenes, but I feel like I want to be the first person to actually show the whole thing. So, I'm going to go to the Velvet Room here, just because I don't think I'll be taking on the boss in this part, just to show something kind of interesting. Let's see what personas that I can get. Obviously, I want to keep Genbu, because I want to wait until he gets Resist Strike. But I have a ton of Fusion Fodder personas, so let's see what I can make out of them. Rajan Naga, not Bereth. Nada Taishi isn't bad. Or, that requires Genbu. Well, if I find some other combo for that... I don't want you because Black Frost is just too good. Virtue showed up in Shuffle Time during my grinding session, but I wasn't actually able to get him. That's not a lot of stuff passed down. Swift Strike is not that bad, though. Strong against Strike is actually going to be kind of helpful for the next boss, though. Auto Sukukaja, and, yeah, the main reason why I wanted Mothman was Growth 1 fodder, and that seems to be the only real things that you can inherit of note. Though Gale Slash isn't that bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this, because you already have Sukukaja, so Auto Must... not... If it was Auto Must Sukukaja, I would go for it, but Auto Sukukaja just... on something that has Must Sukukaja already, not that worth it. And so, we create that one persona that's part of that ridiculous chain in the journey. Because without Nadataishi, you can't fuse Alice, without Alice, you can't fuse Thanatos, without Thanatos, you can't fuse Messiah. So... that one Elizabeth request that allows you to fuse Nadataishi is really important. I know that I keep going on about that, but I feel like it has to be said because it's a bit of a guide, dang it, and it's kind of annoying. Oh, I actually can get Hanuman without, get Hanuman out of Nadataishi. Nadataishi actually seems to have better stats, though I would like something strong against Light. Dodge, Pierce, Rebellion, Anything better that there's not really much else I can pass down, so I might as well get you. Reminds me of, Black Panther when someone says glory to Hanuman, and I was like, in my head, hey, I know who that is, thanks to Persona. And, I feel the need to mention yet again, but that's another Persona that is much stronger in Persona 5. I do like how they shuffle around a lot of the Persona levels in that game. Just added a bit to... I don't know, just made some Personas that were less useful in other games more useful in Vasuki, Null to Light, and kind of decent magic, although your actual skills leave a lot to be desired. Now, I definitely do not want to use Rebellion on the next fight. Auto Tarukaja is not bad. But let's see if I can make anything better by Triangle Spread. I can get Clotho. But, it's not really amazing. I mean, I can fuse something that has... Repel is nice, but that's 2 weaknesses, and that requires me to give up Black Frost, which I really don't want to do. What's Nandi like? Margarola, Marin Karen... Actually, Charm Boost is not a bad thing to be passing down to you. Yeah, I don't particularly want to keep Narcissus, so let's see if you can make anything useful. Oh, I'm only 1 level off Thoth. I don't really have a particularly strong Zeo persona at this point, so I might want to consider that for something. Yeah, you really don't seem to be able to inherit a lot of skills from these. It's kind of a shame, because you've got Zeo, you have Bufu, I could potentially get it... And you have Aki, so theoretically a quad element should be possible, but it seems like you can't... I mean, I'm sure you won't be able to inherit fire because you're weak to that, but... Anyway, I'm just going to go for this. Don't particularly care about Clotho all that much, but I'm mainly doing this to get rid of some fusion fodder. And at least I have Auto Tarukaja on something. At this point, I don't think there's really that much I can make without, yeah, because everything is so high level that trying to fuse it will result in things with a very, very high average level, and I won't really be able to do much with them. I think for the moment, I should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Since there's no compendium completed in the answer, fusing things just for the sake of fusing them is really useless, so... You only want to fuse personas that you think will help you out in battle. And so with that, I'll end this part, and next time I will be going to the boss, and I'm actually pretty scared, because this boss hits very hard, so I'll see you then.